Lacrosse is a spectator sport, and this next game is one not to be missed. The fastest sport on 2 feet this afternoon sees a clash between New South Wales and Western Australia. My name is Shandell Oliver, and this afternoon we are coming to you live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network from the home of the Bulldogs, Footscray Lacrosse Club. As the ball is drawn, and New South Wales to start with the ball. Ava Dorinko with the ball, looking to drive. Defensive pressure coming early. Ball goes to Imogen Hall, takes a shot. Backed up by New South Wales. Liv Antilov starting in the goals for Western Australia this afternoon. As there is a drive from X. Gets inside. Ball goes across to Smith. Smith looks to drive. Good defence from Western Australia. There's a flag on the play. And Smith will line up on the 11 metre. It looks like centre hash. So a few players from Western Australia that didn't play this morning back in the side this afternoon, including Osha Levy, who I can see defending the ball now. And there's a shot. That's gone high. Bounced off the top pipe. Not a goal. And the ball is picked up by Kate Hooper. Clears it immediately down the field to Holly Plummer. They've got numbers to push a fast break if they want to. Riley McGee on one side. Carlin Blair on the left side of the goals. Ball's gone to ground. There's a scuffle for the ground ball. There's a cover call. And the ball is going to go the way of New South Wales. So the ball's got to come out to the 15 metre. Holly Austin. That's not Holly Austin with the ball. I believe that's Holly Austin in the goals now. Ball's gone to ground. Looked to be trying to grab it out the air was Ava Dorinko. Didn't happen. Dorinko with the ball again. There's a few numbers here that are just not matching the people on the piece of paper that I've got in front of me. So apologies if I get anyone's name wrong. Dorinko now coming with pressure from Hooper. That's a match of bodies. Claire. Oh, wow. Ava Dorinko with a little backflip. And that's a great start from Ava Dorinko. And I'm just trying to get those numbers corrected on my piece of paper to make sure I get everyone right. But that's a really great start from Dorinko. Great drive. Got past Hooper and flicked the ball in the back of the net. I'm sure she'll be really happy about that. Dorinko back to the centre against Hooper. Draw is set. Great panel of umpires out here this afternoon. Sorry, officials out here this afternoon as well. Ball's drawn high, knocked out of the air by Osha Levy to her teammate Holly Plummer. Plummer moves the ball down to Tatlow. Tatlow gets met with a push advantage call. Across to Levy. Levy looks to drive, takes a shot, bounce, and not to be backed up by Hiron. Hiron to start with the ball at X. McGee with an exchange there with Hiron at X. Gives it to Plummer, cutting through the middle. Turns back to her right hand. Gives it to Levy across the top of the fan. Onto Hooper. This looks like a good matchup, Hooper and Dorinko, which looks like it might happen a bit today. There's a feed inside from Blair. Hits the stick of McGee, and that's a goal for Western Australia. Great to have New South Wales back in the competition this year. Been missing for a couple, so really excited to have them competing. We've got Panting now on the field for Western Australia. Dorinko and Hooper. Like I said, I think this clash is going to be one to see today. And ball is picked up by Hooper from the draw. Chase down from Dorinko. Hooper quick to move the ball on. Intercept there by Tash Rooney. And the ball is going to go the way of WA. Or is it going to come back through Rooney? Someone is going to get the ball. Tash Rooney. She is the captain of New South Wales. Looks to clear. Bumps the ball on to Reagan. Reagan to carry into the offense. New South Wales just setting up an offensive set. Gets the ball around to Thompson. Shaw with the ball now. Little flip pass. There's a drive coming here from New South Wales. Across to Patrick. Wasn't able to connect. Fumble with the ball. Picked up by Hooper. Hooper to carry the ball in transition. Looking to go coast to coast. Hooper runs in, takes a shot. Save there by the keeper. Rooney to clear now. Pressure coming. She can handle it. Rooney, a box player, so she's certainly used to handling the pressure, but a little trail check there from Carlin Blair. And ball is moved quickly onto Panting. Panting to McGee. Across to Plummer. Plummer being defended by Chelsea Patrick, a young up-and-coming superstar here in Victoria, actually. Gets a ball across to Hiron. Hiron back to Hooper. Plummer looking to dodge from the top. Steps inside on her left, takes a shot, goes wide of the cage. And to be ball being brought back into play by Panting. Panting moves the ball quickly, immediately across to Tatlow. Tatlow looking to do some footwork, trying to roll inside, does get inside. Got a penalty on the play if she wants to take it. Whistle is blown, play is stopped, and Tatlow is going to line up for a shot on the 11 metre. And she sends that one. A beautiful shot from Chloe Tatlow, puts it past the foot of Holly Austin. There'll be a stick check on Tatlow. And that stick is all clear. Reagan now in the centre against Hooper. So New South Wales adjusting their centre after a couple of wins from WA. Nice match up here with Chelsea Patrick on Rhiannon Panting. Ball's drawn. Panting to grab that one out of the ground. She moves it quickly on to Tatlow. Tatlow looking to drive down the mid lane. Good defence there from New South Wales. Patrick with the penalty. Oh, wow. And puts it past hip height, high, past Holly Austin. So that's 2 in a row for Tatlow. And her fans to my right love it. Imogen Hall coming to the circle now for New South Wales. Reagan and Hooper set the draw again. as the wind picks up here at Footscray Lacrosse Club. It's a cold day, but it's a great day. Any day with lacrosse is a good day. Ball is drawn high. And Hooper gets her own crumbs, but runs into her teammate in Tatlow. Ball's grabbed off the ground by Hutchison. Bit of a missed pass. Flicks forward. Hully now with the ball for Western Australia. Moves it onto Panting. Missed pass. Backed up by Tatlow. Immediate pressure coming from the defence. Levy with the ball. Levy did not want to go there. Pumps the ball into the crease. No. Oh, there's a 3-second call. But Rooney did really good to disrupt that feed to Panting. And Blair to line up. She's a lefty, so this is a really good position, shooting position for her. She's going to drop it. And a great save from Holly Austin, young goalkeeper. Got help in Rooney to her right. Sees Patrick up the field. Bit of a funky catch there by Patrick, but she took the ball well and she's moving it fast down the field. She's got help in the middle in Reagan if she decides to use her, but holds on to the ball waiting for help to come. Ball bumped around to Hall. Hall with Yi Ao. Sorry, ball with Yi Ao. Reagan now. Oh no. Ao to take the ball. And trail check coming. Defensive pressure everywhere from Western Australia. A push call there on Tatlow. Tried a little intercept but wasn't able to stop that one as Hutchison gets through the pack but unfortunately gets stripped. Lockie out to collect that ground ball. Scuffle for the ground ball on the floor. Picked up by Hooper. And that will be time for our first quarter. So we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment for quarter two. Welcome back to quarter 2 of this round robin pool play game, Western Australia versus New South Wales, as there seems to be an illegal draw or procedure on the draw from Dorinko, which will see Hooper start with the ball. Hooper gets the ball over to Plummer. Plummer down to Tatlow. Tatlow across to Blair. Blair to Hooper. And I thought there was a whistle on that play, but that's a goal. Really nice ball movement there from Western Australia to open that second quarter. It is Arctic down here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club, but the players are working hard, so I'm sure they're not feeling like everyone else on the sidelines. These are die-hard fans who are here, so who've travelled from interstate to watch this game. Dorinko and Hooper set up again. Ball draws high. Patrick to try and grab that ground ball. Bit of a trail check from Levy, and Hooper grabs the ground ball. Moves it across to Plummer. Plummer got defensive pressure coming from Deans. Ball cuts to the middle. Lovely goal. Lefty feed from Carlin Blair to the always crafty Riley McGee. And a draw change now from Western Australia sees Holly Plummer take the centre. It's an all-Wembley midfield right now for Western Australia with Rhiannon Panting, Holly Plummer and Osha Levy on Chelsea Patrick, Ava Dorinko, and I'm just trying to see who the other player is. Could be all Williamstown as well, to be fair. And there is an illegal procedure on that draw. Alicia Deans, I believe she's Williamstown too, so it's a Williamstown versus Wembley midfield right now, or New South Wales versus Western Australia. Ball draws high, almost the stick of Dorinko. Ball goes down, fight for the ground ball, picked up by Levy. Finds Panting in the middle, wasn't able to connect on the pass. Ball goes to ground, collected by Tatlow, across to Plummer, over immediately to Levy, to Blair. Blair on the left side again. Finds a cutter in the middle of McGee, a bounce shot and a beautiful leg save by Holly Austin, but ball quickly picked up by Panting, and Panting's going to drive that left side. Looking for a feeder inside, finds Levy. Levy looks to go, steps around, hits the pipe, and picked up again. Ball just bouncing back in the way of West Australia's sticks. Ball now with Tatlow. Tatlow calling a bit of direction. Plummer looking for something. Panting with a cut, not on. Plummer looking to go in her left hand, not there. Goes back to her right, sends it. Oh my goodness. Holly Plummer from the 11 metre drops it low and just worm burns that ball to the back of the net. She's had a big week, Plummer, and that just shows exactly what she's got. I know that was a shot she's been wanting to work on. What a time to show it off. Here we go, Hooper and Dorinko again. Ball is set. And a draw high ball comes off the body of Hooper and rolls in the direction of Panting. Panting to Blair. Blair's got Hiron on the left side. Over to Plummer, who's doing a lot of work from the top. Looking for a lane for Hooper. Hits the pipe. Chase down for the ball. Who's going to get there first? Looks like Grace Wright. Ball's rolling to the sideline. Picked up by Dorinko. She's got some wheels if she wants to go. Being chased down by Millie Doherty. Ava Dorinko protecting that stick. Little dump pass to her teammate. Olivia Thompson moves it on to Chelsea Patrick. Chelsea Patrick to Ruby Reagan. Reagan looking to go. Uses Patrick as a bit of a screen, trying to get inside. Not there. Rolls back. Rolls again. Looking for a cutter on the crease. Not to be. Ball with goalie. Angelov with the ball now. Millie Doherty to clear this ball for Western Australia. Gets it to Panting. WA have got numbers here. Looks to shoot. Hits the foot, and great foot save there by Holly Austin. Grabs out of the air by Chelsea Patrick, who's going to transition it fast to Alicia Deans. Alicia Deans has been chased down by Plummer. Plummer's hit the deck. Looks like she's okay. Meanwhile, up in the attacking part of the field, Thompson with the ball now. Over to Reagan. Back to Thompson. Not a lot of ball movement happening off ball here. Oh, sorry, not a lot of movement happening off ball here for New South Wales. I need to get their foot moving to start creating some space. Emmy Hall now looking to drive in a strong lefty. She's looking for a penalty. She does have one. And a player is going off for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't think that's a yellow card. Possibly an injury. Cullen Blair subbed into defence for Western Australia as Imogen Hall will line up for an 11-metre shot. Liv Angelov sets her feet. And Emmy Hall with a shot saved by Antelov. Ball grabbed off the ground by Hooper. Ball's gone high into the stick of Levy, and Levy's going to push it. She's got Hully working ahead of her and Plummer on the other side. She gives it to Plummer. And a beautiful save there from Holly Austin. Austin has outlets, and she's seen them as well. Over to Reagan. Reagan got pressure coming. Gets past one, gets past two. She's got Hully chasing her down. Reagan looks like she's keen to go, but Hooper's going to slow her down and send her wide. Smith with the ball. Sends it across to Deans. Over to Hall now. Hall likes this angle. Defensive pressure coming there from Ferguson. Picked up by Deans. Across to Thompson. Ball being held at X for a feed. Not on. Smith sends it back to Thompson. Defensive pressure coming now from Hully. Pushing her really wide. And a little trail check, but that's not going to be deemed legal, and that will see Thompson retain possession. Ball now next, cutter in the middle, wasn't honoured. That was Alicia Deans with that cut. Laura Hully again pushing the ball out on Thompson. Ball goes to ground. Blair trying to knock it in her direction. Picks it up. No, I thought that was almost a hold, but it didn't. It wasn't deemed one. Ferguson clears the ball to Tatlow. Tatlow looking to drive. Sends the ball, bounce shot, and Tatlow puts that one past Austin. Really nice bounce shot there from Chloe Tatlow. Great transition work there from Western Australia. A nice offensive set. Like I said of New South Wales, I think they just need to work a little bit more off ball to create some opportunities in their offence. We have a 7-1 ball game here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. We are in the second quarter with approximately 3.5 minutes to go. Kelly Morley, international accredited referee, setting up the centre draw here. Great to have someone with that experience, along with Tammy Varga as well, both umpiring educators at world level here today. Ball gets knocked out of the air, picked up by Levy. Levy looks to go, steps around, takes a shot. A lovely goal from Osha Levy. Osha Levy back on break from college from the University of Towson, so she's used to wearing the black and gold. She wears it every week when she's playing in college. And timeout has been called by New South Wales. I would say that's a tactical timeout. It's getting close to the end of the second half, and I would say that the coaching staff are just trying to slow down West Australia's momentum and do a bit of a cheeky reset. And it's important to give a shout out to all the volunteers here at Footscray Lacrosse Club. There's many of them working tirelessly around the grounds. You might not be able to see them, but we can certainly, on the broadcast, we can certainly see them here. They're setting up tents, they're running the canteen, they're running water, everything, they're building marquees. And it's just great that they have put on such a wonderful show and a great display of lacrosse at their home ground. So must thank all the volunteers and staff of the Footscray Lacrosse Club. It's great to be back at the home of the Bulldogs, and I believe they're having a pretty good season as well. Their state league teams and quite a few of their players playing for Victoria this week, as the whistle goes to indicate 30 seconds on the play. New South Wales seemed pretty fired up actually in that draw. That cheer was quite a loud one. West Australia resetting. Millie Doherty back on the field now. She did go off a moment ago. Not sure why, but obviously it wasn't an injury because she looks good to play. And Faith Meckley in the goals now for New South Wales. Ball draws high. Hooper grabs that one out of the air. Really tall reach. Moves it quickly to Tatlow. Cutter's coming through. Not there. Plummer at the top. She's been sitting there all day. Scuffle for the ground ball. Picks it up. Gets it wide to Blair. They've got Plummer and Levy working together at the top. Levy calling some instructions to her teammates. Ball moving around. Swings back. Swings again. There's a cut there. Plummer inside. Osha Levy got Hooper on the crease. Sends it to Tatlow. That's a beautiful play by Western Australia. There was also a flag on the play there. So there was some kind of either 3 seconds or free space call, but wasn't deemed dangerous. And Tatlow puts another one away. Tatlow's having a day today. Not sure if that's her third or fourth goal. From the crowd around me, I'm getting the call of 4. They're trying to up her stats. I believe it's 2 assists and 4 goals for Chloe Tatlow today, so she's having a day. We've got the Bayswater Lacrosse Club hecklers out here having a fun time. Come all the way across from Western Australia to support the WA girls. Ball's drawn high again, and a really great grab from Hooper in the air. Gets it to Osha Levy. She's going to push this one because there was obviously we're getting close to the end of the quarter, but there was a penalty on the play and Osha decides to go and puts a lovely bounce shot past Meckley. Meckley actually from the Canberra Lacrosse Club, representing New South Wales today. So awesome to see Canberra Lacrosse having some players represented here in the New South Wales state team. Actually had the pleasure of meeting Faith at a training camp in Queensland back in March. Quite a young go-getter, a really great ambassador for the game. And Imi Hall now taking the centre for New South Wales. So changing to a lefty draw from Dorinko. Ball's drawn high. It's disrupted. Knocked in the way of New South Wales offense. Reagan tries to go in the other direction until her teammates tell her to turn around. Ball moves across to Deans. Patrick now finds a lane. Patrick's got wheels. Trail check there from Hully. Plummer picks up the ground ball. She's got Levy long if she can see her. They're all telling her to send it. And she does. She's going to send it to Tatlow. Oh, hits the stick of Tatlow. Ball goes to ground. Scuffle for the ground ball, and that is time. So at half time here at Footscray Lacrosse Club, the score is 10-1 in favour of Western Australia. We'll take a short break and be back in just a moment. In the meantime, here's a message from our sponsor, the Susafanas Foundation.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring you intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle, one at each end, two in the middle, catch, take, quick release, other way. The culture side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to. Okay, Aussies on three. 1, 2, 3, Aussies!
And that was a lovely goal there from, I believe, Holly Plummer. Sorry, like I said, just having a momentary technical difficulty, but that's what happens when you're streaming live and free lacrosse. Sometimes you have to bear with the tech. And Hooper in the centre, I think against Reagan. Ball's drawn out to the camera side of the field, picked up by Hooper. Moves it quickly across the field to Plummer. Got help in Osha Levy. Osha looks like she wants to drive. Takes one hand off the stick, steps around, two hands back the stick, and a save low from Austin. Lovely save there from the young keeper. Sends the ball long to Shaw. Shaw to carry. Pressure coming from Blair. Handles it well. Sends the ball back down the field to Hutchison. Pressure coming to Hutchison now. Gives it to Austin. She's got Shaw back over this side of the field if she wants to swing it, but Reagan looks like she wants to carry. She's got Dorinko in the middle. There's a push call on McGee. Shaw still out wide. And New South Wales just setting up their offensive set. Reagan just waiting for help at X. Got Emmy Hall to the other side of her. Sends the ball to Thompson. Pressure coming from Ferguson now. Gets it across to Deans. Deans looks to put it in her left, sends it. Shot's gone high, and that will actually remove the penalty. So that when the flag, if there is a flag on the play and the play takes a shot, that cancels that flag or free position shot. So ball's turned over, picked up by Hiron. Gets it to Plummer. She's got Levy on the far side if she wants to use her. Now she sees her, gives it across to Levy. Sends it on to McGee. McGee just looking to drive that back corner. Great pressure there from Rooney. Steps inside and sends it over the top pipe, backed up by Tatlow. And they've just lost that ball far. It's gone long, so they're just sending another ball back to Tatlow to start play. Gets it across to Blair. Blair looking for a lefty feed. She's got Plummer. Doesn't use her. Sends it, swings it back to Tatlow. Tatlow to Hooper. Got a lane here if she wants to go. Looks to use it, and there's a free space call, which will see Hooper line up on the 15. She does have Tatlow, Plummer and Levy to her right if she wants to use any of those options, but she decides she wants to go and takes a shot. And Hooper on the board again for Western Australia. Got about 4.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter of this pool play game. Score is 13-1 in favour of Western Australia. This has been a good matchup for height, Dorinko and Hooper. I think they're both equally as tall and equally as strong. It's been really good to watch these two go head to head all day. And ball, Hooper wasn't able to grab that one, and Dorinko grabs it off the ground, steps around a couple of players. Bit of a fumble with the ball. Ball's hit the deck. Picked up by Doherty. Way to get her head over the ball and just grab that ball off the ground. Great job. She's got some legs. She really does if she wants to turn them on. She's got Tatlow in the middle if she can see her, but she uses help with Hiron, who sends it across to Levy.
Great job.
Levy to McGee. Rooney playing McGee tight today. Oh, and a little quick stick goal. Laura Hulley from Carlin Blair. Laura Hulley has put a few runs on the board this week for a predominant or dominant defender. She's getting a bit of time in the offense and certainly getting herself on the stat sheet. Nice to see. For those who didn't hear earlier, Laura Hulley has only moved to Western Australia late last year or started this year, and was playing for Victoria last year, but now as a resident of WA is playing for WA, so nice to see her out there and having some success in the team.
Let's go, Doherty!
Hiron now in the centre as time's being held for some reason. I think it's so cold that the umpire had to wipe her eyes because it's a bit chilly. As the draw is set. Goes high in the way direction of Hiron, couldn't grab it. Reagan says she wants it as a cover, and that's going to be Hiron's ball. Oh, sorry, it's Reagan's ball. Hiron with the penalty. She's got Patrick across the field if she wants to use her. She's kind of running into a wall of Western Australian defence. Gives it to Patrick now, gets it off to Griffin. Griffin looking to drive. There's a penalty on the play for a push. And Griffin will line up on the 11. Looks to send it. Oh, and a lovely bounce shot from just inside the 11 from Eleanor Griffin. Sorry, I couldn't get that out for you, Eleanor. I was so excited about your goal. Just steps inside there, one step, sends it low and bounces it past the foot of Antilov. Just doing a stick check now. Ball looks pretty clear, and that's a clear stick, and that's a goal. Hiron and Reagan again in the centre. Got Doherty now in the circle for Western Australia. Ball draws high. The direction of Reagan. She had the last two centre draws. It's a penalty. Ball's going to be brought back to Reagan. Reagan looking to drive. Sorry, looking to move the ball to the offense. Sends it across to Smith. Smith gets it low to Hall. Check there from Ferguson. A little takeaway play. She's trying to grab her own ground ball. Gets it to her cousin Ashton Hiron. Sends it long to Tatlow. Tatlow just needs to turn on the jets here and get past, and she's got a one-on-one with the keeper. Slide there coming. Oh, wow. Slide coming from... great save from Holly Austin. Sorry, the slide was from Rooney, and then Tatlow sent the ball to McGee. Ball's gone out of play. Blair's gone down. Goalie is going to take a penalty here. So the goalie's actually out of the play and behind the defender, and she's got to rush to get back inside. She does so in time. Holly with the ball now at the top. Looking to drive. There's a penalty on the play and a shot there. I think the goalie was just trying to get set after getting back to the goals, and Laura Hulley was able to put a bounce shot past Holly Austin. Holly Austin did really well to beat the ball back to the crease. It helped that Western Australia sent it to the top to look for an option there. Laura Hulley certainly having a day. So now West Australia is changing up their draw.
Let's go, Hoops!
Hooper back in the middle. Getting close to the end of the quarter here. About 20 seconds to go. Ball draws high. Hooper gets it to herself and decides to push this. She's got a lane. Ball's fallen out of her stick. Picked up there by Hutchison. Hutchison to carry. Looking for stick up ahead. Kept in play right in front of the camera here. Tatlow gets low, tries to grab that ground ball. Patrick out of the air. But time is of the essence. And that is the whistle to end our third quarter. And we've got a couple more games coming up this evening at 4:30 p.m. local time. We'll see the West Australian women take on the Queensland women here on Field 1. And shortly after that at 6:30 p.m. it's a big clash of the men. It's Western Australia versus the home team Victoria. That's going to be a huge game here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. So if you are around, I do tell you to get down to this field. It might be cold, but it will be worth it to see this action live here at Footscray. If not, tune in to the Australian Lacrosse Network and enjoy it. And Tony and I will be happy to bring it to you across the world. As we'll take a quick, or as we hold for this quick 2-minute break to end the quarter. Umpires just having a little chat, talking about what's been going on in the game for them. Western Australia obviously comfortable in this game today. I feel like this has been a really great game for New South Wales. Lots of lessons for them, lots of stuff to take away, some really great patches of play. And to be fair, they've had a lot of really good possession. They're a really young team. I think a lot of them are actually just 17. So to see them, taking it to players in the West Australian team, many of them college players, played overseas, played for Australia. They're doing a fantastic job. So kudos to New South Wales at this point of the game. I can't wait to see what they've got in the bag for the last quarter. After watching the Queensland women take on Western Australia earlier today, their final quarter was a 4-3 game. So they may come out really fired up in this last quarter. They look like they're getting ready to go. Still a bit of chat happening in the West Australian circle as they get their sticks in for a cheer. We're about to start play for the fourth quarter. Reagan and Hooper back on the circle. Deans and Plummer, the 2 sevens. I reckon Hooper's going to try and draw it forward to Levy. Draws high. It's a contested ball. Picked up by Plummer. She's got Hooper and Levy working with her across. She's got Hooper now at the top. Hooper looking for something in the middle. Lane's opening up. Decides not to go. Looks back and finds McGee. And an awesome save from Holly Austin. Riley McGee is so crafty, so for Holly to see that one, really great work by the young goalie. Ball has been moved across to Dorinko. She's trying to send the ball to the other side of the field. Looking in direction of Tash Rooney. Player goes down. Ball's rolling out of play, and it's going to go back the way of Western Australia through Kate Hooper. Across to Plummer. Plummer to Levy. Levy and Plummer really love working together in offensive sets, so something's happened. The ball has turned over. Not sure why, maybe possibly WA were offside, but it is a New South Wales ball. Reagan with the ball now. Pressure coming from Tatlow. She's got help on this side of the field with Rooney. Reagan with the ball. Sends it across to Deans. Deans still with the ball. Great body position defense there from Hully. Deans to retain possession. Little give and go and a 1-2. Oh, and a save high there from Antilov. Good play there with the give and go.
Look up.
Ball moves quickly down the field through Levy. She's got Plummer as well, but I think she wants to go to the goals on this one. Bounce shot, and that is backed up by Tatlow. Thought that might have gone the way of New South Wales. Austin ran out of cage there, and there's a few people around me who tend to agree. Ball goes to Hooper, swings it across the top to Plummer. Plummer sees a lane, looking to step around. And a foot save there by Holly Austin. She is having a day. I haven't actually got stats on her saves, but she's doing a great job. As the ball comes back through Reagan. Reagan across to right, trying to keep the ball in play. Ball has rolled out of bounds. Tatlow now with the ball, looking to get inside on an east-west dodge. Not there. Across to Hooper, to Levy. Levy's got a whole lane if she can get around Deans, and she does. Ball goes over the top again. That's 2 in a row for Levy. And Blair now with the ball at X, gets it to McGee, back to Blair. Blair looking for a cutter from the left side. She's a handy feeder, Blair. Swings it across the top. Tatlow looking for a lane, not there. Little roll inside from Hooper. And a shot. Ball has gone out of play and backed up by Blair. Got the production team with me here. Blake and Gilly having a nice afternoon watching some women's lacrosse. Always doing a great job behind the scenes as Blair brings the ball back into play for Western Australia. Looks to drive, finds a cutter in Plummer. And Plummer just puts it past Austin, hip height high. Changes coming now from WA off the bench. Dorinko also seems to have been off for a little while. Reagan and Hooper again. Hooper tried to box out Reagan. Yeah, exactly what I saw. Hooper tried to box out Reagan to let Plummer get the ball, but that was deemed an interference and Reagan will get the ball. She's got Rooney to her left side here. She decides to carry the ball herself. She's got help in the back corner in Thompson if she decides to use her. Still there. Doherty cuts off that adjacent pass, gets it across the top to Griffin. Griffin looking for something inside, gives it across to Hall. There's a cutter there in Reagan. Hall wants to drive. She sees something that she likes, takes a shot. And backed up by Thompson.
Go, Doherty.
Ball goes across there to Cross. Cross to Patrick. Patrick looking to drive, uses Chelsea Patrick as a screen, but little bounce shot. Doherty now to clear.
Keep going, Doherty. Keep going.
Millie Doherty got Blair in the middle, decides to use her. Blair looking for one more pass. Tatlow again on the scoreboard. Nice, really unselfish play there from Western Australia. So ball transition from defence. Millie Doherty pumps it down the field, uses Blair, who passes it one more on to Chloe Tatlow to finish that off. Really nice team play there from WA. And Imogen Hall now in the centre for New South Wales, taking on Kate Hooper. As the clock ticks down here, we've got about 5 minutes left to play in this game. Ball draws high. Hooper grabs that one out of the air cleanly. She's got Levy to her right. She wants to use her. Sends it back for the 1-2. Not to be. Tatlow's going to have to get there to stop it rolling out of bounds. Wasn't able to get there in time. Griffin to bring the ball back into play. I reckon Tatlow's going to try and slow her down there though. She has got Patrick, who's got a bit of space, but Plummer's lurking around her. Rooney breaking off to try and help her out down the field. There's Rooney now. Sends it to the middle to Patrick. Nice take by Patrick. As she runs the ball down to the offense. Just trying to slow it down and set up some offense for them, for New South Wales. Hall with the ball. Hall loves to drive from here. Little nice roll and rolls back. Keeps it in her left hand. Player goes down. I think it's Hooper. And Hall to get a free position shot. She's got Shaw on the back corner and she's also got Patrick to her right. Reagan looks like she's playing a high post and wants to be the transition player, which she is, and she's trying to get to Hooper now, which is where Angelov sent the ball and the ball's gone out of play. So very smart play there from Reagan to see that Hooper was trying to sneak down the field on that 11 metre. Gives it to Patrick. Ooh, and that is going to be a card for Carlin Blair. So I did see that check. I did think it was a little bit large. And so, yeah, Carlin Blair will take a seat for 2 minutes with a yellow card, which means New South Wales will be in a power play for 2 minutes while Carlin Blair takes a seat in the sin bin. So, New South Wales a woman up, and they've got players trying to sneak in and make cuts. We can see them now. Oh, there's Reagan. She's got a penalty. Gives it across there to Smith, but the shot will be taken now from Reagan at the top. She's got options on either side of her. Looks to go herself. A really beautiful foot save from Angelov. New South Wales to retain possession. They have got numbers. Got Reagan cutting through the middle. Hully to disrupt that one. Still fighting for the ball. Lovely ground ball there from Reagan. Sends it to Patrick. Patrick literally has a lane if she wants to go. Decides not to. Uses Hall as a screen. Fouls outside, so it won't be a 11 metre shot. But she's got Reagan to her left. Gives it to Hall. Hall, I think she was trying to hit a player on the crease. Angelov now with the ball. Hiron just hanging out here. Rooney waiting to take her on. Gets the ball down to Hooper. She's got Levy in front of her. Gives it. And a save. I think it must have hit her knee. If it didn't hit her stick. There from Holly Austin. So I can hear WA calling out of bounds, so I'm thinking they've got some kind of out of bounds place. Holly Plummer to cut through. Osha Levy to cut through from the top. Holly Plummer now with the ball. Sends it across to Hooper. Back to Plummer at the top. New South Wales really pushing the ball now because they've still got an extra player on the field while Western Australia sees out that penalty. Pressure coming. And that penalty has been released, and McGee's coming onto the field now for Western Australia. She's got Plummer at the back corner. She's seen her. Plummer just going to take her time. Looks to drive now. Tries a Twizzler but wasn't successful on this occasion. And Holly Austin with the ball. Looking for an outlet. There is no shot clock in women's field lacrosse, so she's got plenty of time to clear it and decides to clear through Chelsea Patrick. Pressure coming hard on Patrick from Hiram, but Patrick takes it well and sends it upfield to Deans. Missed pass there. Doherty now with the ball. Pressure coming from Deans. Doherty to retain possession. Sends it to McGee. drops it, but no problem. McGee grabs it off the ground and sends it across to Hooper. Hooper to Levy. Back to Ocean Levy. Across to Hooper. Just working the ball around their offense, WA. Pressure coming now to McGee from Hall, and it worked. Across to Levy. Levy looks to drive. Looks to shoot. Oh, beautiful shot by Osha Levy. Takes the pressure well. Hears that there's a flag and decides to keep going. Sends the momentum forward and puts the ball past Holly Austin. Hall versus Hooper. The two number 6s in the centre. From what I can hear, there's about 15 seconds left in play of this game. Ball draws high, up to Hooper. Not sure if they're going to push it or if they're trying to hold out the play. Ball is at the back through X. Blair picks it up, wants to drive, and that will be time on this game here. This final score today is 18-2 in favour of Western Australia. A good competition from the New South Welshmen or women. And I'm not sure if we're staying on for MVPs. I'm just looking to my production manager. Yes, we are. So from my perspective, looking at MVPs today, I would say it would be Ruby Reagan or I'm trying to think, possibly Alicia Deans for New South Wales, and for WA, it's a bit of a tricky one. Maybe Laura Hulley from Western Australia for MVP today. Hooper also had a pretty good game. Tatlow definitely had a handful, so I'd say she's certainly in the running. But we'll just hold fire while they all shake hands and we get to the MVPs. On the far side of the, on ground one, we can see Western Australia, not Western Australia, Victoria getting ready to take on Queensland, and we'll be bringing that game to you live and free as well on the Australian Lacrosse Network. So if you aren't able to be here, more lacrosse is about to kick off in just a moment. So never a dull moment, plenty of lacrosse to be watched still here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. West Aussie's happy with that one. Just waiting for the teams to gather for the MVP presentations. I can see Pete Unwin out there with the medals. Both teams overall actually played really strong team games. Ball movement from Western Australia, really good team defence there from New South Wales. I also think Chelsea Patrick might be in the running for an MVP as well. As the teams now start to line up. Okay, and I think we're about to get to the MVP, so they are having a moment to celebrate as teams. A few keen fans also gathering around to hear who's taking out the honours today. And it looks like Gavin Levy is going to announce a New South Wales MVP first. Sorry, the MVP for WA was announced first, and that's Kate Hooper from Western Australia. And Kate did have a really great game in the centre, so I think I did think I did put her on my list of MVPs when I was picking one of 20. And from New South Wales, their MVP, drum roll, is number 15, Ruby Reagan, and she did have an absolutely excellent game. So I totally agree with both of those selections. Congratulations to both players, and we'll wrap up our production here today at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. Tune in for our next game, which will be live any minute now on the Australian Lacrosse Network. So that's it from Ground 2. We'll see you back soon on Ground 1 for Victoria versus Queensland Women. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.